Okay, so next topic is the speed and torque characteristics of DC motor. Okay, so first, pag-usapan muna natin yung sa torque characteristics. Okay? So, for a given ang object, okay, so na nagro-rotate, okay, so magro-rotate ka kapag nag-exert tayo ng force do sa mismong object. Okay? So, let's say, given tayo ng isang object, okay? So, yung object na to, so meron siyang arm length. So, let's say arm length natin is in terms of R. Then, itong object na to, nag-apply tayo ng force, F. Okay? So, from this, so dito magkakaroon tayo ng torque. Okay? So, by formula, so yung torque natin is equals to, so arm length multiplied by the force applied. Okay? So, ayan. So, doon sa ating equation ng power, so di ba? Kung ko-correlate natin si torque, so power natin is the change of work with respect to time. So, alam naman natin kasi ang work is a force multiplied by the displacement. Okay? So, we have change in force multiplied by displacement. Okay? With respect to time. So, if yung ating force is constant, so yung equation natin is, so we have F, so ds over dt. And ds over dt is the velocity. So, ibig sabihin, yung power natin is equals to force multiplied by the velocity. Okay? So, at some object, okay? So, let's say given ulit tayo ng arm length R. Okay? So, kung nag-apply tayo dito ng force, so dito magkakaroon tayo ng velocity. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ng movement to, so rotationally. So, ito yung magiging velocity natin. So, from this, kung may velocity yan, so magkakaroon tayo ng angular velocity. Okay? Kasi rotation yung ating pinag-uusapan dito. Kaya from this, so yung magiging value of angular velocity natin is simply equal to, so arm length multiplied by the velocity. Okay? So kung sasubstitute natin siya, so velocity is equals to angular velocity divided by the radius. Okay? So, ayan. So, dito, pwede natin i-substitute dito sa equation natin. Okay? So, we have P is equals to F. So, multiply by B. So, we have omega divided by the radius. Okay? So, from this, mag-substitute naman tayo dito sa force. So, yung force natin is equals to, so power multiplied by the arm length divided by the angular velocity. Okay, so kapag itong equation natin, sinubstitute natin dito sa formula natin ng torque, so we have torque is equals to, so yung force natin, so wait, baliktad pala, so velocity to. Dapat velocity yung makakompute natin. Yan. So we have, so yung velocity natin is equals to, so angular velocity multiplied by the arm length. Okay? Kaya from this, so yung mag-equation natin, kapag isa-substitute natin dito, ito may iba din yung value niya. Okay, so velocity natin is angular velocity multiplied by the arm length. So P is equals to, so force applied, o yung ating tinatawag na um, tractive force, okay, o tractive power. So multiplied by the angular velocity, then yung kanyang arm length. Okay, so from this, we can calculate for the tractive power or tractive force. So we have power all over omega R. So substitute natin dito. So we have R. So multiply by the force. So P over omega R. Okay, so cancel yung R. So from this, pwede natin sabihin P equals to omega multiplied by D torque. Okay? So ito yung ating formula for power. So pag-usapan naman natin yung magiging unit natin. Okay? Para alam natin yung magiging unit ng omega. So angular velocity siya. So may mga velocity tayo in terms of rad per second, revolution per second. Okay? So in terms of power, tsaka torque. Okay? So yung torque kasi natin kapag uh, metric unit, so we have Newton meter. Okay? So yung torque natin is in terms of Newton meter. So yung power natin is in terms of Newton meter per seconds. Okay? So in terms of English unit naman, so foot pound force. Okay? So from this, in terms of power naman, so we have foot pound force divided by second. Okay? So ito yung tatandaan natin. So ibig sabihin, kung i-apply natin itong mga unit dito sa equation, so yung ating torque is Newton meter. So ibig sabihin, itong ating omega, which is yung ating angular velocity, so ito yung magiging value natin, which is, so dapat ito, 1/2. So, o kaya, so rotational naman siya. So, we have in terms of rad per second. So, ito yung magiging rotational speed natin. So, ito in terms of Newton meter. Okay? So, by the equation, di ba? So, yung Newton meter per second is also watt. Okay? So, yan. So, ano pa yung kailangan natin natandaan? So, in terms of conversion naman, so sa power, so tandaan natin, so 1 HP is equivalent to 746 watts. Also equals to 550 foot, um, foot pound force, okay? Okay, so yeah. So, foot pound force per second, syempre. So, yung magiging conversion natin. So, tandaan nyo yung mga conversion natin kasi magagamit yan natin sa iba pang topic natin. Okay? So, mahalaga tong conversion natin. Okay? So, ito yung equation natin. So, kalimitan kasi sa mga problem na binibigay sa mga books. So, yung ating speed is naka RPM. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung ating rotational speed dito, so kailangan natin ma-convert into revolution per minute. So, kung yung ating omega is in terms of rad per seconds, okay? So, convert natin siya into revolution per second. Okay? So, yung rad, so, kunin natin yung speed. So, in terms of revolution per seconds, okay? So, rad per second, so, multiply by, so, um, one revolution, sorry, revolution per second na tong ano natin, convert natin. Okay, so yung NR natin is revolution per seconds. Okay, so ito, revolution per second. So convert natin. So one revolution is equivalent to 2 pi rad. Okay, so cancel yung revolution dito. Okay? So yan, magiging rad per second na siya. So yung rad per second na yun, itong omega. So ibig sabihin, yung magiging value natin ng speed in terms of revolution per seconds is equals to, so ito, omega, yung rad per second, so multiply by 2 pi. Okay? So we have omega is equals to, baligtad. So, yung omega natin is, ayan. So yung magiging value of omega. So kasi cancel yung revolution dito eh. So yung revolution per second, ito na yung ating speed. Okay? Kaya may omega natin will be equal to, so we have 2 pi multiply yung speed natin in terms of revolution per second. Okay? So again, ang kailangan natin is in terms of revolution per minute. Okay? So kailangan natin convert yung revolution per second sa minute. Okay? So from this, so yung maging speed natin, so ito in terms of revolution per minute. Okay? So in terms of revolution per second, so multiply natin ng, so 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. Okay? So cancel, cancel. So ito na yung maging equivalent nung speed natin in revolution per seconds. Ayan. So substitute natin. So omega will be equal to, so we have n over 60. Okay? So yung n natin dito in terms of revolution per minute na. Okay? So multiply by 2 pi. Okay? So lagay ko dito sa una 2 pi n RPM. So divided by 60. Ayan. So ito yung mga equation ng ating omega. So isasubstitute ko dito sa ating formula. So maging power natin will be equals to the 2 pi n. So yung n natin dito is in terms of revolution per minute multiply by the torque divided by 60. Okay? So ito yung tatandaan nating formula para sa pagkuha ng power o kaya ng torque. Okay? So tatandaan, may dalawang klase kasi tayo ng torque. So yung tinatawag natin na output torque o yung shaft torque o kaya torque develop. Okay? So ito yung power natin in terms of watts. So yung N natin dito is the speed in terms of RPM. Then yung T natin dito is in terms of Newton meter. Okay? So, ayan yung kailangan natin tandaan dito sa power and torque characteristic. Okay? So, may mga conversion doon kung mapapansin kayo sa mga book. Okay? So, sa ibang books kasi, okay, so may mga direct formula na pagkukuha yung HP rating. Kasi sa mga book nga naman, o sa mga problems, so nakadiretso HP rating na yung motor. So, by formula, di ba? So, we have P equals to 2 pi NT over 60. So tatandaan nyo, kung yung ating P dito is output, so dapat yung torque natin dito is output din. Okay, kung ito PO, ito output torque. Okay, kung ito power develop, so yung equation natin is, so 2 pi n, ito torque develop naman. Okay, over 60. So ibang terms sa output torque, okay, ito yung output torque. So minsan tinatawag siyang shaft torque. Shaft. Okay, so minsan load torque. Kasi papunta na siya sa load, di ba? Yan na yung load natin. Ayan. So itong TD naman dito is the torque develop. So minsan tinatawag siyang, so ito yung torque develop, ibig sabihin ito yung torque na na-develop sa ating armature. Okay, so minsan tinatawag tong input torque. Okay, input torque. Ayan. So tatandaan niyo yung mga term na yan. Okay, so output, so dapat output torque. Kapag power develop, so torque develop. Okay, so in terms of conversion, so may mga equation tayo na nakalagay sa book. So HP equals to, so 2 pi n, so T over, so 4,400, 44,760 yata yun. So yung isa, so 2 pi n T over 33K. So yun naman conversion lang. So ibig sabihin, kung ito 60, itong 44,760 is yung ating denominator na 60. So multiply by, so i-convert lang sa HP. So ito, multiply ng 746. So check ko. So we have 60 times 746. Yan, 44,760. Then itong 33,000 sa denominator ng isang formula natin. So ito naman is 60 times. Yung conversion naman natin in terms of foot-pound force. So ito is 550. Okay, so check natin. So 60 times 550. Okay? So ibig sabihin, yung torque natin dito, kapag yung denominator is 44,760 in terms of Newton meter. Kapag dito naman sa kabila, yung torque nito is in terms of foot-pounds. Okay? Pero ito actually, kahit di nyo nasauluhin, ang mahalaga kasi itong formula natin. Okay? Conversion na lang naman yung mangyayari dito. Okay? So kung sinaulo nyo, wala namang problema. So nakadepende na sa diskarte nyo yan. Okay? So yan yung mga formula na kailangan nating tandaan dito sa pagkuha ng torque. Okay? So, in terms of naman, characteristic pa ng torque. So, di ba ang ating equation? So, yan. So, let's say in terms of power developed. So, PD is equals to, so 2 pi n PD over 60. So, kapag kukunin natin yung torque developed dito, so we have, ano ba to? So, we have power developed, so divided by, so 2 pi n divided by 60. Okay? And alam naman natin sa power flow, yung ating power develop is equals to back EMF. So back EMF multiplied by the armature current. Okay? So all over 2 pi and over 60. Okay? So from this, so in case na yung ating motor is hindi mo mababago yung construction, so ibig sabihin yung mga tag doon, yung number of pole, tsaka yung armature parallel path, di ba? So, hindi siya mababago. So, ibig sabihin, pwede natin i-correlate dito yung formula ng econ. Okay? So, di ba yung formula natin? Econ. EB equals to constant flux multiplied by the speed. So, isa-substitute natin dito yung EB. So, we have K. So, flux multiplied by the speed multiplied by the armature current all over. So 2 pi over 60 multiplied by the speed. So from this, cancel yung n. And mapapasin kasi natin dito, again, kung hindi na bago yung construction, yung k over 2 pi over 60, constant pa din siya. So ibig sabihin, kung i-simplify natin yung equation, so we have torque developed is equals to, so constant k multiplied by the flux, then multiplied by the armature current. Okay, so ito naman yung tinatawag natin na Ticoy formula in terms of torque. Okay? So, ayan po yung inyong tatandaan. Okay? So, Ticoy formula. Okay, so pag-usapan natin sa series, para at least, so series motor. Alam naman kasi natin sa series motor, yung ating armature current is equal to field current o series field current. And kapag sa series motor, yung ating flux is directly proportional sa series field current. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung ating flux is directly proportional sa armature current. Okay? Kaya from this, yung maging torque develop natin sa series motor is simply equals to, so constant multiplied by, yung flux natin is directly proportional to IA. So, we have IA multiplied by IA. So, yung torque natin will be equal to constant K multiplied by IE square. Okay? Ito is para sa series motor. Okay? So, in case na hindi binanggit kung constant yung flux, so, assume natin na constant siya. Okay? Para sa series motor. So, kapag shunt, okay? So, alam naman natin na ang flux is direct proportional sa field current. Yung field current natin sa shunt motor is constant. Okay? So, by Ticoy formula, so T is equals to Ticoy. Ayan. So, flux IA. So ito, constant siya. So ibig sabihin, T is equals to, kung itong flux is constant, K times K, so constant pa din yun. So we have K multiplied by IA. So ito naman yung tatandaan natin kapag sa shunt motor. Okay? So ayan, so yung mga formulas, so make sure na kabisado natin yung concept. Okay? So okay na tayo sa torque. So next, in terms of speed naman, so pag-usapan natin. So in terms of speed, so yan, so yung speed characteristic. So kung hindi mababago agad yung construction ng motor, so pwede nating ilagay dito yung back EMF is equals to, so flux multiplied by the speed. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kapag kinuha natin yung value of speed dito, speed natin is equals to, so ito constant lang naman, so 1 over K. So multiplied by back EMF divided by the flux. So ibig sabihin, yung speed natin dito is directly proportional, is inversely proportional sa flux. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nito? So ibig sabihin, kapag mababa yung flux, tataas yung ating speed. Okay? So kapag ilalagay kasi natin siya sa series field o sa series motor, okay? So yung ating series field resistance, then armature, okay? So ito yung ating armature current, then ito yung ating series field current. Okay? So, alam naman natin na yung ating series field is directly proportional, o series field current is directly proportional sa field current. Okay? So, dito sa series motor, in case na walang load tayo, o kaya mababa yung load, so ibig sabihin, kung mababa yung load, wala tayong magiging output. Okay? So, lagay ko at no load or yung mababang load, so low loads. Okay? So, yung magiging output natin, o power output is approximately equal to zero. Okay? So ibig sabihin kung zero or approximately equal to zero yung ating output, so ibig sabihin yung armature current natin is approximately, sorry, ba't pa na? So approximately equal to zero din. Okay? Kasi wala tayong load. Okay? So, from this, so yung ating magiging series field current is approximately equal to zero din. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ito? Kung ilalagay natin dito sa equation na to, kung sobrang baba nito ang ating flux, okay, which is directly proportional sa ating series field current, okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung flux natin is approximately equals to zero. So, ibig sabihin ko ito approximately equal to zero. So, 1 over zero is yung speed natin magiging approximately equal to infinity. So, sobrang bilis nung ating motor. Kaya ito yung ating condition na dapat hindi tayo maglagay ng mababang loads o kaya walang load sa series motor. Kasi possible magkaroon tayo ng mataas o infinite speed. Okay? So kapag infinite speed, so ibig sabihin hindi natin makokontrol yung speed na yan. So dito tayo nagkakaroon yung tinatawag na parang yung shafting natin ng motor is kumakalas. Okay? So dito nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na runaway condition. Okay? Kumakalas yung runaway condition. Okay? So kumakalas na yung mismong shafting. Okay? So tatandaan sa series motor, so dapat hindi mababa yung load o kaya walang load. So kapag sa ano naman, shunt motor, okay? So ang condition naman natin dito is, so dapat hindi mag-open yung field resistance. Ayan. Okay? So kasi kapag nag-open to, yung field resistance natin, okay, ibig sabihin yung IF natin magiging zero. So, ang IF is zero, so ibig sabihin yung ating magiging value of flux is also zero. So, ibig sabihin kung zero yung flux, so speed is approximately equal to infinity. Okay, so yun naman yung magiging condition natin sa shunt motor. So, dapat hindi mag-open yung circuit ng ating field winding. Okay? So, tatandaan yung mga condition yan. So, pwede din matanong sa mga objective type questions. Okay? So, ayun lang naman yung speed characteristic natin. Okay? So, try the example para at least magamit natin mga formulas. Okay? So, a 230 volt shunt motor delivers 40 HP. Okay? So, yung 40 HP natin, siya po yung output natin. Okay? At the shop of 1,100 RPM. Okay? So may speed tayo na 1,100 RPM. So the motor has an efficiency of 80%. So the torque loss due to friction, okay? So torque loss due to friction is equals to 11%. So 0.11 ng shaft torque. Okay? So TS. So what is the motor developed torque in Newton meter? Okay, so tatandaan nyo, kung may loss tayo due to friction, parang sa ano lang din siya, power flow ng motor. So di ba meron tayong power developed, then nandito yung mga mechanical loss natin, then power output. So same concept siya sa torque. So kung ito, power developed, so ito magkakaroon tayo ng torque developed. Then, syempre magkakaroon tayong loss due to friction and windage. Okay, so ito yung torque loss sa friction and windage. Then, tsaka lang tayo magkakaroon ng output torque. Okay? So, ayan. So, ibig sabihin, para makuha natin yung torque develop, so TD natin is simply equal to, so shaft torque o yung output torque plus yung ating torque loss sa friction and windage. Okay? So, yan. So, kailangan muna natin makuha yung output torque kasi given yung parameters. So, by formula, so output torque equals to, so power output, so divided by 2 pi n over 60. So, substitute muna natin. So, output torque, so 40 HP. Output power para, sorry. So, 746 watts is 1 HP. Okay, all over, so cancel HP. So, 2 pi times the speed, 1,100 RPM, so divided by 60. So, dito magkakaroon tayo ng output torque, which is equals to, so 40 times 746, all over 2 pi, so times 1,100, all over 60. Okay, so 259.0464. 259.0464, ito in terms of Newton meter. Okay, so pinapakas the motor developed torque. So we have output torque, so 259.0464. So plus yung ating torque loss sa friction and windage, so 0.11 ng output. Okay, so 259.0464. Kaya magiging sagot natin dito for the torque developed. So ito yung ating sagot. Answer plus, so 0.11 nung answer. Okay, so we have 287.5415. So 5415 Newton meter. Okay, so ito yung magiging final answer natin. Okay, so next. So a compound motor develops a torque of 285 pound-force o pound-foot when it is operating at 1,500 RPM. Okay, so mayroon tayong torque develop. So 285, okay, pound-foot. Then yung kanyang speed is 1,500 RPM. Okay, under which condition its armature current is equals to 225 amperes. Okay, what will be the developed horsepower of the motor if the load is increased so that it slows down? Okay, so let's say N1. So N2, bumagal, naging 1,200 RPM na lang. In which yung ating IA2 is equals to, so 248 amperes. Then yung flux increases by 10%. So let's say flux 1. So yung flux 2 natin is nag-increase ng 10%. Magiging 1.1 ng flux 1. Ayan. So ano daw yung magiging value of developed horsepower? Okay? So ibig sabihin, ang kailangan natin dito is PD. Okay? So from this, by formula, di ba? So Tikoy formula. Okay, so we have T1 over T2 is equals to K. So flux 1 N1 over K flux 2 N2. Okay, so, but speed. Econ to. Tikoy. IA1, IA2. Okay, so cancel yung constant. So, T1 natin, so 285 over, so T2 is equals to flux 1. IA1, so we have 225 all over flux 2. So, 1.1 nung flux 1. Okay, so multiply by IA2 which is 248 amperes. So, cancel flux 1. So, matitira is yung torque develop natin at condition 2. Okay, so we have 285. So, multiply by 1.1. So, multiply by 248 all over 225. Okay, so we have 345.5467. 345.5467. Okay, pound foot. Okay, ito yung magiging torque natin. So, pinapakuha to develop power. So, by formula, power develops equals to 2 pi n TD. So, develop horsepower na siya. So, ito naka-pound force. So, para diretso na ang gawin natin. So, magiging HP rating nito. Okay, all over. So, naka-put pound force to. So, ibig sabihin, divided by 33,000. Okay, so substitute. So, 2 pi times the speed. So, bumagal siya. Naging 1,2 na lang. Multiply by the torque. So, 345.5467 all over 33,000. Okay, so HP rating natin will be equal to, so 2 pi. So, times answer. Times 1,2 yung speed. All over 33K. Yeah. So, we have 78.9503. Okay, so HP. Okay, so ito yung magiging final answer natin. Okay?